We never see we are successful because we are only 19 years old. There's 83 years to go. So we will never say we're successful. We just survived 19 years. We are lucky. But in the past 19 years, we have made thousands of mistakes. As an entrepreneur, don't learn from other people how they succeed. Learn from how these people fail. And next 5 years, every year there is a case study in Tsinghua University. I was invited to sitting at the back, listen to the MBA schools talk, learning about our case study. And they always put a competitor. Competitor in Alibaba who will succeed. For 5 years, they always agree Alibaba will die, the competitor will win. But 5 years, all the competitors died. So how can you learn from the case study like that? Learn from the mistakes. Because the mistake, most of the companies I talk to, entrepreneurs, most of the mistakes they made are the same. Customer is the most important. If you serve them well, they pay you the money. And the second important is colleagues. Why the colleagues get together? Because they want to serve the customers. If they do not serve the customers, why we get it together? Right? So if the customer happy, employees happy, the shareholders will be happy. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you today. I'm going to share a little about my journey with Alibaba. But I'm not just here to talk about business. I'm here to talk about dreams. And not just any dreams. I'm talking about dreaming big. Dreaming in a way that scares you, that makes you question whether you can really achieve something so big. Because I'll be honest with you, if your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. When I started Alibaba, I was just an English teacher in Hangzhou. No one imagined that one day I would be here in front of you. I was rejected by universities, turned down for jobs. Even KFC said no to me. But you know what? Every no was a lesson. Each rejection gave me the strength to dream even bigger. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is not how many times you fall, but how much you get up and keep dreaming. Today, I want to talk to you about the power of dreaming big and how it can transform not only your life, but also the lives of the people around you. Success is not about how smart you are or how good your idea is. It's about the greatness of your dream and the courage to persist when everyone says you won't make it. Throughout my journey, I've realized that dreaming big is like planting a seed. You need to nurture it, water it with hard work, and protect it from the storms of doubt and criticism. And the most interesting thing is that when you start dreaming big, you don't just dream for yourself. You dream to inspire other people, to show them that it's possible. And that changes everything. I remember when I started Alibaba, people looked at me like I was out of touch with reality. They said, "Jack, you're in a country that doesn't even trust online shopping. How do you think that's going to work?" But that's the point. To dream big is to see what no one else sees. It's believing in the invisible. And yes, it's being a bit stubborn, or as they say, persistent to the point of madness. You know, growing up in an environment where you're constantly underestimated can be a blessing in disguise. I've been rejected more times than I can count. Universities, jobs, even KFC, where they accepted 23 people and left me out. Every closed door was a reminder that if I didn't dream big, no one else would dream for me. And I knew that in order to build something that had never been done, I needed to think in a way that had never been thought of. But let's be honest. Dreaming big is not for the faint-hearted. It's not a catchphrase or a simple weekend motivation. It's a daily commitment. It's waking up every morning, looking at a horizon that seems far away and saying to yourself, "I'm going to get there no matter what it takes." And sometimes, the only thing you have is your vision. The world will give you every reason to give up, but your big dream is what will keep you going. There's one thing about dreaming big that many people forget. It's not just about you. When I started Alibaba, it wasn't just my dream. I wanted to create something that could empower millions of small businesses, give them a chance to compete in a world where they wouldn't normally have a voice. A big dream has to be bigger than your own life. It has to be something that inspires and moves other people. Something that makes you wake up in the morning knowing that you're building something that really matters. I believe that the courage to dream big comes from understanding that failure is part of the process. Every mistake, every fall is an opportunity to learn and grow. People are so afraid of failing that they don't even try. But me, I've always seen failure as a tool. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. And if you're not trying hard enough, you're definitely not dreaming big enough. So why dream big? Because it's the only way to make a real difference. The world doesn't need more people following the status quo. It needs innovators, dreamers, people who are willing to take risks. When you dream big, you open doors, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. And that's where the magic happens. When a big dream becomes a catalyst for change, you realize that the real journey isn't even about reaching the goal, but about who you become along the way. Now, let me tell you a story. It was the year 2002, and I was at a point in my life where things seemed stagnant. I was confused and didn't know which direction to take with Alibaba. Then a friend of mine introduced me to the movie Forrest Gump. I confess that at first I thought it was just another movie, but it taught me one of the most valuable lessons that I still carry with me today. Forrest Gump is one of those characters that, at first glance, everyone underestimates. People think he's naive, even silly. But do you know what makes him special? He's persistent. He does things in such a simple and straightforward way that you start to wonder if life needs to be so complicated. When Forrest decided to run, he just ran. He didn't care what people thought or said. He just did what he thought was right. And life rewarded him in unexpected ways. I remember one scene in particular where Forrest says, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to find." That line has stayed with me. At the time, I was always trying to plan every detail, trying to predict the future. But the truth is, in life and in business, you can't predict everything. And that's where beauty comes in. You have to open yourself up to opportunities, let yourself be carried away by chance, and be willing to adapt. Another lesson I took away from the movie is about authenticity. Forrest never tried to be someone he was not. He went his own way, did things his own way. And I realized that this was what I needed to do with Alibaba. I didn't need to copy someone else's business model or follow what everyone said was the right way. I needed to find my own way, even if it was the least conventional, even if people didn't understand at first. What Forrest Gump taught me is that it's not intelligence or cleverness that leads to success. It's determination, the ability to keep going when everyone else would give up. It's about having faith, not necessarily in something great or supernatural, but faith in the process, in hard work, in the idea that if you keep running, one day or another you'll get somewhere. And that place, wherever it is, will be exactly where you should be. And finally, the most important thing Forrest showed me was the beauty of simplicity. In a world where everyone is complicating things, trying to impress with big words and crazy plans, sometimes all you need to do is keep running. Doing your best every day, not because you're looking for recognition, but because it's what you believe should be done. And that's one of the secrets to dreaming big. Knowing that, in the end, it's the simple, constant effort that makes all the difference. Dreaming big isn't something you do alone. If there's one thing I've learned in all these years, it's that your surroundings matter a lot. When I started Alibaba, it was just me and 17 other people in a small apartment. We weren't the smartest or the most experienced, but we shared a vision, a passion, and that made all the difference. You know, no matter how talented you are, if you're surrounded by people who only bring negativity, who only point out problems without ever suggesting solutions, that's going to pull you down. We need people who believe, who push you forward, who inspire you to be better. I once heard someone say that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I don't know if that's true, but it makes you think, doesn't it? I was lucky. I had people by my side who believed in me when no one else did. People who, even when Alibaba wasn't generating a penny of revenue, kept working hard, day after day. They saw something I saw too, a future where small businesses could compete on equal terms with large corporations. That kind of shared belief is powerful. It's what keeps you going when the going gets tough. You know, many people talk about networking as if it's just about meeting influential people. For me, it's more than that. It's about finding those who share your vision, who are willing to walk alongside you, even when the path is uncertain. Because when you have these kinds of people around you, the journey becomes much more meaningful. And of course, I'm not saying that you should only surround yourself with people who agree with you. No, you need people who challenge you, who question your ideas, who make you see things from a different perspective, but always with a positive intention, always wanting to see you grow. These are the people who help you dream big and make those dreams a reality. So what do? You actively look for these people. You build relationships not out of interest, but out of purpose. You create an environment where big dreams can flourish, where you can fail and get up, learn and grow. And believe me, this is one of the keys to turning big dreams into something tangible. You know, I've failed a lot in my life. In fact, failure has been a constant for me. When I was young, I tried to get into university 3 times and was rejected every time. I looked for a job in 30 different places and was rejected 30 times. Even KFC rejected me when they arrived in China. Out of 24 applicants, 23 were accepted, and I was the only one rejected. I could have given up, and I confess that I often felt like quitting. But I knew that to dream big, I had to persist. Persistence is a curious thing, isn't it? Sometimes it seems like the world is telling you to stop, to give up. But that's when you have to keep going. Believe me, every rejection, every no you receive is a lesson in disguise. It's a reminder that the road to success isn't easy. And if it were easy, everyone would do it, right? The real magic happens when you use these failures as fuel, as motivation to move forward and prove them wrong. I like to remember the story of Forrest Gump, that character who many thought was naive, but who, through his persistence, managed to achieve incredible things. He kept running when everyone expected him to stop. He never gave up, no matter how difficult things got. This inspires me because, in a way, we all have a Forrest Gump inside us. We can all choose to keep running, even when there seems to be no finish line in sight. And you know, the most interesting thing about failure is that it teaches you humility. It shows you that you're not perfect, that you have a lot to learn. Every time I failed, I've learned something new. I learned to be more resilient, to adapt, to find solutions where there seemed to be none. That's how I built Alibaba. It wasn't an overnight success. It was a series of small failures and big lessons. So when you're faced with failure, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become better? And above all, don't give up. Because dreaming big requires a dose of persistence that many people aren't willing to have. And it's this persistence that makes all the difference in the end. Having a clear vision of what you want to achieve is like having a map in your hands. When I started Alibaba, I didn't have any money. I didn't have a sophisticated business plan. And honestly, I didn't know exactly how we were going to make it happen. But I had a vision. I knew where I wanted to go. I wanted to create a platform that would connect small businesses with the world. A simple but powerful vision. Having that clarity gave me direction. In moments of doubt, when everything seemed impossible, I always came back to that vision. It was my north, the star that guided me. And you know, life will give you plenty of reasons to give up, to deviate from the path. There will be obstacles, criticism, and failures. But if you have a clear vision, something worth fighting for, you'll find the strength to keep going. Vision is not only about knowing where you want to go, but also about understanding the purpose behind it. Why do you want to achieve this goal? What does it mean for you and for others? In my case, I wanted to create an opportunity for small businesses to compete on the global market. I wanted to level the playing field. This higher purpose gave me a sense of responsibility that went beyond myself. And having this clear vision also helped me communicate my ideas to others. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. When you have a clear vision and are passionate about it, you can inspire others to join you on the journey. I was able to attract a team of incredibly talented people to Alibaba because they shared that vision, that big dream. So my advice to you is find your vision. It doesn't have to be something big at first, but it does have to be clear and meaningful to you. Because when things get tough, and believe me, they will, it will be that vision that keeps you on track.
So as an entrepreneur, always ask yourself 3 questions. What do you have? What do you want? And what will you give up? What do you have? We have nothing, right? The only things we have a dream, we believe, we have a team. And I believe we have the time to work hard. And what do you want? And what do you want? You have to ask what the customer want. What's the problem of the society? What's the problem of your customers? And what your team want. Think about what do you have, we want, and what we give up. If you don't want to give up everything, you will get nothing. A lot of business people, they never learn to focus. If you're a startup, learn to be focused on one thing, right? Because learn to be focused just like there are 9 rabbits on the ground. If you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. If you want to catch this one, finally you get nothing.
When I started Alibaba, I wasn't just thinking about building a big empire. My focus was simple, solving problems. From the beginning, I knew that if we could solve people's problems, we would be successful. That's why I always say, the customer is the most important thing. If you put the customer at the center of everything you do, your company will have a clear purpose and a path to the future. But we mustn't forget a fundamental part of this equation, the employees. If customers are the reason we exist, employees are the force that drives us. They are the ones on the front line interacting with customers. And if they are not working in a healthy environment, this will be reflected in customer service. I've always believed that a happy, motivated employee will create a positive customer experience. And that in turn makes the company healthy and promising. It's crucial to create an environment where employees feel valued and respected. This means giving them room to grow, to learn, and above all, to contribute their ideas. At Alibaba, I have always encouraged creativity and innovation because I believe that the best solutions to customer problems come from within the team. When you give your employees autonomy, they feel part of the company's mission. And that makes all the difference. And there's more. Solving problems isn't just about the product or service you offer, it's about understanding your customers' needs. It's about listening, adapting, and being willing to change whatever is necessary to meet their expectations. When you have an engaged team and a clear objective to solve people's problems, your company not only survives, it thrives. That's the secret to building a sustainable business in the long term. Finally, I've always kept in mind that a company's success is a direct reflection of the value it delivers. If you focus on providing real and meaningful solutions for your customers, they will keep coming back. And when your employees are aligned with this vision, working in an environment that inspires them to give their best, you create a culture of excellence. That's how you build a solid future and a company that makes a difference. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you, and good luck to everyone.
In a world where success is often measured by wealth and power, few individuals embody a different path quite like Jack Ma. The co-founder of Alibaba and one of the world's most influential entrepreneurs, Ma's journey is not just about building a business empire. It's about dreaming big, persevering through failure, and making a positive impact on society. His teachings resonate with a timeless truth. Success is more than just financial gain. It's about having a vision, a purpose, and the courage to chase after it. Jack Ma draws inspiration from unlikely sources, like the film Forrest Gump, reminding us that simplicity and persistence can often be the keys to extraordinary achievements. His advice to young entrepreneurs is to focus on learning and growth, rather than immediate rewards. In this video, you'll discover how Ma's positive and optimistic approach to the future, even during tough times, opens up a world of opportunities. He teaches us that it's in the darkest moments that we often find the brightest chances for innovation and growth. But Ma doesn't stop there. His emphasis on fundamental values like serving customers and building a strong company culture sets a blueprint for success that goes beyond the bottom line. And his unwavering belief in resilience and persistence shows us that failure is not a roadblock but a stepping stone to greater things. As we delve into his thoughts on social impact, you'll see how he envisions businesses as forces for good, shaping a world where profit and purpose coexist. Jack Ma, the co-founder of Alibaba Group, embodies the concept of dreaming big. He wasn't born into wealth or privilege. Instead, he faced numerous rejections and failures, from being turned down by Harvard 10 times to struggling to get a job at KFC. Yet he always maintained a vision that extended beyond his immediate circumstances. For Jack Ma, dreaming big isn't about wishful thinking. It's about having a clear vision and the resilience to chase it despite setbacks. His story challenges us to rethink our limitations and encourages us to set audacious goals, even if they seem out of reach at first. One striking example is how Jack Ma envisioned Alibaba as a global e-commerce giant when the internet was still in its infancy in China. People thought he was crazy, but he dared to imagine a future where small businesses could compete on a global scale through the internet. His belief in this vision, combined with relentless effort, turned Alibaba into one of the world's most successful companies. This teaches us that dreaming big involves not just imagining a better future, but actively working toward it with unshakable conviction. In dreaming big, Jack Ma also emphasizes the importance of aligning your dreams with a greater purpose. He didn't just want to build a company, he wanted to create an ecosystem that would empower entrepreneurs and improve lives. This sense of purpose fueled his journey and provided the motivation needed to overcome countless challenges. So, the real question is, are you dreaming big enough to drive change, both for yourself and others? Jack Ma often references the movie Forrest Gump as a source of inspiration. He admires Forrest's simplicity, persistence, and the way he tackles life with an optimistic mindset. Forrest Gump's mantra, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get," resonates with Ma's approach to entrepreneurship. In a world full of unpredictability and change, Ma believes in embracing life's uncertainties with a positive outlook, much like Forrest did. This attitude has helped him navigate the volatile waters of the business world, turning obstacles into opportunities. In Forrest Gump, the protagonist achieves remarkable things, not because he's exceptionally talented or intelligent, but because he remains true to his values and is persistent in his endeavors. Jack Ma sees a valuable lesson here. Success isn't always about being the smartest or the most skilled. It's about showing up, doing the work, and maintaining a sense of humility. Just like Forrest ran across the country without any grand plan, Ma encourages us to take consistent action toward our goals. trusting that the journey will lead us somewhere worthwhile. Moreover, Forrest's story is a reminder that sometimes simplicity and authenticity can be our greatest strengths. In a world obsessed with complexity and strategy, Jack Ma's takeaway from Forrest Gump is to keep things simple, focus on the basics, and maintain a sense of genuine curiosity and passion for what you do. After all, Forrest didn't overthink his actions, he just ran. So how can adopting a Forrest Gump-like attitude shift your approach to life's challenges? Jack Ma often references the movie Forrest Gump as a pivotal source of inspiration in his life and career. The film's protagonist, Forrest, embodies qualities that resonate deeply with Ma's philosophy: simplicity, unwavering persistence, and an optimistic outlook on life. In a speech, Ma once mentioned how Forrest's mantra, "Life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get," encapsulates the unpredictability of life. To Ma, this represents the essence of entrepreneurship, facing the unknown with a sense of wonder and acceptance. In the business world, unpredictability is a constant. Markets shift, technologies evolve, and competitors emerge out of nowhere. Jack Ma draws from Forrest Gump the lesson that instead of fearing the unknown, one should embrace it. Forrest, with his childlike innocence, never questioned what came his way. He simply adapted and moved forward. This is a powerful reminder that sometimes overthinking can be more of a hindrance than a help. By maintaining an open mind and being willing to take risks, we create the potential for unexpected success. Forrest Gump's achievements in the film, running across the country, starting a shrimp business, and even becoming a ping pong champion, weren't the result of strategic planning or exceptional intelligence. Instead, they came from his sheer determination and persistence. Jack Ma often stresses that success isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about showing up, doing the work, and not giving up when things get tough. Forrest didn't set out with a grand plan. He just kept running, and opportunities presented themselves along the way. There's also a profound simplicity in Forrest's approach to life that Jack Ma finds inspiring. In an age where complexity is often mistaken for sophistication, Ma encourages entrepreneurs to adopt a more straightforward mindset. Forrest didn't get bogged down by overanalyzing every situation. He took life as it came, dealt with challenges one step at a time, and stayed true to his values. This kind of simplicity is not only refreshing but can be incredibly effective in cutting through the noise and focusing on what truly matters. Another aspect that resonates with Jack Ma is Forrest's authenticity. Throughout the film, Forrest remains unapologetically himself, regardless of how others perceive him. He doesn't try to fit into the mold society expects of him, and this authenticity is what endears him to others. In a world where many are trying to emulate success by copying others, Jack Ma believes in the power of being authentic and true to oneself. It's this genuineness that can often set you apart and draw people to you, whether in personal relationships or in business. Ultimately, Forrest Gump teaches us that success comes in many forms, and it often doesn't look the way we expect it to. Jack Ma uses Forrest's story as a reminder that life isn't always about having the perfect strategy or plan. Sometimes, it's about embracing the journey with an open heart, taking things one step at a time, and being willing to learn and grow along the way. So, how can you channel a bit of Forrest Gump's spirit into your own life and career to find unexpected opportunities? Jack Ma is known for his empowering messages to young people and budding entrepreneurs. He frequently emphasizes that the early stages of one's career should be about learning, not earning. Ma advises young individuals to find a good boss, not necessarily a good job. He believes that a boss who can inspire and teach is far more valuable than a high-paying position. This perspective shifts the focus from immediate financial gain to long-term growth and development, laying the foundation for a successful career. Ma's approach encourages young professionals to join small companies where they can learn and grow in a more hands-on environment. In large corporations, roles can be rigid and specialized, limiting the scope of learning. However, in smaller companies, there's often more room to explore different aspects of the business and develop a diverse skill set. This idea can be likened to the experience of being a generalist in a world that often pushes for specialization. It's about acquiring a broad set of skills and experiences that will serve as a toolkit for future endeavors. For those in their 20s and early 30s, Jack Ma suggests focusing on following a good leader rather than obsessing over which company to work for. A good leader can teach you valuable lessons about work ethic, decision-making, and resilience. It's the mentorship and the culture of learning that matter most. Ma himself attributes much of his success to the mentors he had early in his career, who helped him understand the nuances of leadership and business strategy. He believes that learning these soft skills is crucial in this stage of life. As one progresses into their 30s and 40s, Ma advises focusing on honing and perfecting one's strengths. This is the time to leverage the skills and knowledge you've acquired and start building something of your own. He stresses the importance of being bold and taking risks during this phase. It's a period for action, where the experiences and lessons learned in the earlier stages of your career come into play. Ma's own journey with Alibaba began in this phase, where he took a leap of faith and pursued his vision of creating an internet empire. Moving into the 50s, Jack Ma's advice shifts towards focusing on empowering others, particularly the younger generation. By this time, you've accumulated a wealth of experience and knowledge that can be passed on. This is the stage where giving back and contributing to the growth of others becomes paramount. It's a shift from being a doer to being a mentor and a guide, helping others find their paths and achieve their dreams. Ma exemplifies this in his later career, dedicating his efforts to education and philanthropy. Ma's perspective on the different stages of a career serves as a reminder that there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to success. Each phase comes with its own set of opportunities and challenges, and understanding this can help individuals make more informed decisions about their career paths. It's about embracing each stage, learning as much as possible, and preparing for the next phase with an open mind. So, which stage are you in, and how can Jack Ma's insights help you navigate it more effectively? Jack Ma is renowned for his unwavering optimism, even in the face of adversity. He believes that tough times are a natural part of life and business, and rather than being deterred by them, one should view them as opportunities for growth and innovation. According to Ma, it is during these challenging periods that we have the chance to develop resilience, creativity, and a mindset that focuses on solutions rather than problems. This positive approach is a driving force behind his success and the success of Alibaba. In his speeches, Ma often emphasizes that every difficult period is accompanied by a wave of opportunity. He points out that some of the world's most successful companies were founded during economic downturns or times of crisis. This perspective is grounded in the idea that when times are tough, people are forced to think outside the box, to innovate and adapt in ways they wouldn't have considered during more stable times. For Ma, this is where true potential lies, in the ability to see beyond the immediate challenges and find the hidden possibilities. Ma's optimism isn't just about maintaining a positive attitude, it's about taking proactive steps to turn challenges into opportunities. He encourages individuals and businesses to adopt a forward-thinking approach, looking for ways to improve and evolve rather than dwelling on what went wrong. This mindset has been a cornerstone of Alibaba's growth. When faced with competition, regulatory challenges, or market shifts, Ma and his team have consistently used these moments as catalysts for innovation and growth rather than setbacks. Jack Ma also stresses the importance of maintaining a positive outlook not only for personal growth but for the impact it has on those around you. Leaders who remain optimistic and composed during tough times inspire confidence and resilience in their teams. They create an environment where challenges are seen as collective problems to be solved, rather than insurmountable obstacles. This kind of leadership fosters a culture of collaboration and mutual support, which is crucial in navigating the ups and downs of business and life. Furthermore, Ma's optimism extends to his view of the future. He frequently speaks about the rapid pace of technological advancement and the unprecedented opportunities it brings. Instead of fearing automation, AI, or other emerging technologies, Ma encourages embracing them as tools that can enhance human capabilities and create new possibilities. His vision is one of an abundant future where challenges like unemployment can be tackled with innovative thinking and a positive mindset. Ultimately, Jack Ma's approach teaches us that optimism isn't about ignoring reality or avoiding difficulties. It's about acknowledging challenges, facing them head-on, and believing in the possibility of a better future. It's this belief that fuels action and drives the kind of change that can turn obstacles into stepping stones. So, how can you shift your mindset to see opportunities where others see only problems? And how can this perspective change the trajectory of your own journey? Jack Ma's business philosophy is deeply rooted in a set of core values that have guided him throughout his career. At the heart of his success is the principle of serving the customer first. Ma often says that customers are the most important aspect of any business. For him, the goal of a company should not be to make money, but to create value for its customers. By focusing on what customers need and how to solve their problems, a business can naturally grow and thrive. This customer-centric approach has been a key factor in Alibaba's rise to global prominence. Creating a strong company culture is another fundamental value that Ma emphasizes. He believes that a company's culture should be built around a shared vision and values that unite employees. For Ma, the culture of Alibaba is what sets it apart from its competitors. It's about fostering a sense of community where everyone is working towards a common goal. This includes cultivating an environment where employees are encouraged to take risks, think creatively, and collaborate. Ma's leadership style promotes openness and inclusivity, making Alibaba not just a place of work, but a place of belonging. Education is also a central value in Ma's philosophy. He strongly believes in the power of education to transform lives and societies. This stems from his own experiences as a teacher before venturing into the business world. Ma has carried this value into his business endeavors, emphasizing the importance of continuous learning and personal development. In his view, education is not just about formal schooling. It's about a lifelong commitment to learning new skills, gaining knowledge, and expanding one's horizons. This mindset of continuous growth is something he encourages in all his employees. Jack Ma's commitment to these fundamental values has been a guiding force in every decision he makes. For instance, during Alibaba's early days, when they faced significant challenges and competition, it was their focus on customer service and a strong company culture that helped them persevere. Ma refused to compromise on these values, even when it might have been easier or more profitable in the short term. This steadfast dedication to his principles is a testament to his belief that success is not just about financial gain, but about building something meaningful and lasting. Furthermore, Ma's values extend beyond his own company. He has a vision for a future where businesses play a vital role in improving society. This includes initiatives to support small and medium-sized enterprises, promote sustainable business practices, and invest in education. By leveraging the power of business to drive positive change, Ma hopes to create a world where companies are not just profit-driven entities, but agents of social good. This broader perspective on the role of business is what sets him apart as a leader and visionary. In essence, Jack Ma's values serve as a blueprint for creating a business that is not only successful, but also impactful. They remind us that true success comes from serving others, building a strong and inclusive culture, and committing to continuous learning and improvement. So, how can you integrate these values into your own life or business to create a foundation for sustainable success? Jack Ma's life story is a testament to the power of resilience and persistence. Before founding Alibaba, he faced numerous rejections and failures. He was rejected from dozens of jobs, including one at KFC, and was turned down by Harvard University 10 times. These setbacks could have discouraged anyone, but for Ma, they were stepping stones on the path to success. He often emphasizes that failure is an integral part of the growth process. According to him, the key is not to avoid failure, but to learn from it and keep moving forward. In the business world, rejection and failure are common experiences. Ma believes that how you respond to these challenges determines your potential for success. Instead of seeing failure as a dead end, he views it as a learning opportunity. Each rejection he faced taught him valuable lessons about perseverance, humility, and the importance of keeping a positive attitude. This mindset of turning failure into a learning experience is what has enabled him to build Alibaba into a global powerhouse. It's a reminder that every setback contains the seeds of future success if approached with the right attitude. Jack Ma's emphasis on resilience also extends to how he leads his company. He instills in his employees the importance of being resilient and adaptable in the face of change. In the rapidly evolving world of technology and business, setbacks are inevitable. However, it's the ability to bounce back, to pivot and adapt, that sets successful companies apart from the rest. Ma encourages his team to embrace challenges, to see them as opportunities for innovation and growth rather than obstacles to be feared. Persistence for Ma is about having a long-term vision and being willing to put in the hard work required to achieve it. He often talks about the importance of setting a clear goal and being committed to it, no matter how many times you stumble along the way. When Alibaba was in its early stages, there were countless moments when it seemed like the company might not survive. Yet, Ma's unwavering commitment to his vision kept him and his team going. This persistence, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, is a core component of his success. Resilience and persistence are also about maintaining faith in oneself and one's vision. Ma's journey shows that believing in your mission, even when others doubt you, is crucial. There were many times when people around him questioned his ideas and abilities. However, he never let these doubts shake his confidence. Instead, he used them as motivation to prove that his vision was not only possible, but achievable. This internal strength is what allowed him to keep pushing forward, regardless of the obstacles in his way. Jack Ma's story is a powerful reminder that resilience and persistence are not just qualities, but habits that can be cultivated. They are about embracing failure, learning from it, and using it as a stepping stone toward greater achievements. So, the question is, how can you build resilience and persistence in your own life to turn setbacks into comebacks? Or, Jack Ma has always emphasized the importance of making a positive social impact through business. Unlike many who view success purely in terms of financial gain or market dominance, Ma sees it as an opportunity to contribute to society. He believes that businesses have a responsibility to give back and address pressing social issues. This mindset is reflected in Alibaba's initiatives aimed at improving education, empowering small businesses, and promoting environmental sustainability. For Ma, success isn't just about changing the world, it's about making it better. One of the key areas where Jack Ma has made an impact is in supporting small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. He recognizes that SMEs are the backbone of the economy, and empowering them can lead to significant social and economic development. Alibaba has provided a platform for millions of small businesses to reach a global market, democratizing commerce in a way that has lifted many out of poverty. This initiative has not only transformed the business landscape, but has also created new opportunities for individuals and communities around the world. Education is another area close to Jack Ma's heart. As a former teacher, he understands the transformative power of education and its role in creating a better future. Ma has invested in numerous educational initiatives, both through Alibaba and his personal foundation, aimed at improving access to quality education, especially in rural areas. He believes that education is the key to addressing many of the world's challenges, from inequality to environmental issues. By equipping the next generation with the knowledge and skills they need, Ma hopes to create a more inclusive and sustainable future. In addition to these efforts, Jack Ma has been vocal about the need for businesses to adopt sustainable practices. He is a strong advocate for environmental conservation and has called on companies to take responsibility for their ecological footprint. Under his leadership, Alibaba has implemented various initiatives to promote sustainability, from reducing carbon emissions to supporting eco-friendly products. Ma's vision is one where economic growth and environmental sustainability go hand in hand, ensuring that progress today doesn't come at the expense of tomorrow's resources. Furthermore, Ma's approach to social impact extends to his philosophy of leadership. He believes that leaders have a duty to not only drive their companies toward success, but also to inspire and create positive change in society. This involves leading by example, showing compassion, and being willing to tackle difficult issues. Ma's leadership style is about more than just achieving business goals. It's about creating a legacy that benefits the greater good. This holistic view of success is what sets him apart as a leader who truly cares about making a difference. Jack Ma's commitment to social impact serves as a powerful reminder that business and social responsibility can go hand in hand. His approach challenges us to think beyond profits and consider how our actions, whether in business or in daily life, can contribute to the betterment of society. So, how can you incorporate a sense of social responsibility into your own pursuits and make a positive impact in your community? And Jack Ma's teachings remind us that success is not a straight path. It's a journey filled with dreams, challenges, and opportunities for growth. By embracing failure as a learning experience, maintaining a positive outlook even in difficult times, and staying true to core values, we can carve out a path to success that is both fulfilling and impactful. His insights push us to dream big, to take risks, and to view each setback as a stepping stone towards something greater. As you reflect on these lessons, think about how you can apply them in your own life. Are you willing to dream big, even if it seems impossible? Can you find the courage to keep going in the face of rejection or failure? How can you create a positive impact in your community or industry? Remember, the power to change your life and the lives of others lies in your hands. Use these teachings as a guide to take bold steps toward your goals and to inspire those around you. If you ever need a dose of motivation or a reminder of what it means to dream big and stay resilient, come back to this video. Let it serve as a reminder that with the right mindset and a relentless pursuit of your vision, anything is possible. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to continue learning about personal growth and success strategies. And be sure to check out the next video, Jack Ma, Incredible Insights for Success, where we'll delve even deeper into these concepts. Until then, keep dreaming, keep striving, and remember that the best is yet to come.